passionate about is that a lot of the times, you know, history is written by people who get paid to write history, and it's not always about the people who actually did things. And for a lot of people, like, it's not necessarily that a bike lane got put in or a bike rack got put in, or it's not necessarily hard numbers. Sometimes our history is created by subtle things, beautiful things, and so I've asked Taliah to talk about her artwork, even though technically that's not like a bullet point under a date, because for me, one of the things that I found really magical about being part of the New York City bike scene was that we had such a diverse community, and we had people like Taliah who are making this beautiful art about bicycles, and it's so amazing that we can, as a community, support someone who can make work like this. And so, again, when you guys contribute your points about New York City history, it can be anything from, like, you know, when King Kong opened, you know, when you first saw, like, Taliah, you know, at the flea market or whatever it was. So Taliah, thanks for coming.
Wow, thank you, Nona. Really sweet. I kind of wandered into cycling. I've been living in New York since about '89, and one day in like '96, I was walking down the street. I lived in Brooklyn for about 5 or so years, and always took the subway everywhere, and didn't think about getting a bike at all. And then one day I was walking down the street, and I passed this bike shop, and there was a bike, and it was really cute, and it was $80, so I bought it. And I asked the guy how to get to the Brooklyn Bridge, because I had to go to work. And I got over the bridge, and as I'm going up the hill, I'm like, I've got to make it over this hill or I blew $80. You know? So I went, and then I just started riding everywhere, and it was just like so inspiring. It was all I could think about, and talk about, and riding home, and like going down Broadway, and going around Union Square, and going over the bridge, and I got really just into it, and you know, going back over the bridge into Brooklyn, and I got really into my bike and put all kinds of widgets all over it. And I had generators, and the lights would go brighter as I was coming down the hill. And I started painting pictures of my bike because it was so beautiful and just like opened the city in this whole new way. And it made me feel really in touch with the city. Like my dad is really into cycling, and he grew up in the Bronx. And he used to race track at the track that was there before casinos. And he used to ride his track bike around New York in the 50s. Thank you. And
OG.
Yeah. And he used to talk about riding over. He still will, if you bring it up. Riding his bike over the Triborough Bridge on the roadway down to the track. Wow. Yeah. So I don't know, like cycling kind of made me feel connected to the city and connected to my family. And I started painting pictures of other people's bikes, and just kind of a way of recording my community. And probably around like after a couple years, probably in '98, I ended up deciding I needed the opposite of what I had, so I got my own track bike, and I started hanging around with messengers and going to alley cat races. And my first one, I went to a 4th of July race, and then I started doing checkpoints, and I did a lot of checkpoints, and I love like seeing the guys come in and signing their manifests and everything. And I just, you know, I started doing really well, you know, with my painting and enjoying it, and just painting, seeing how all different people were into cycling, I got into track racing, and I started doing painting a lot of pictures of track bikes, and our gang, the Bicycle Cherries. I don't know. So I just like over the years enjoyed just seeing how and just get inspiration from how people are into cycling. And I do a lot of paintings of my friends' bikes, but I also do a lot of commissions of like different people's bikes from all over the world. You know, where cycling means different things to them, be they like a pro racer or be they somebody who's commuted every day on, you know,